I like the concept that each of us is holy, special, unique unto ourselves. And I share this concept that each of us is sacred, although I do so without the need for a soul. To quote the recently released National Leaders Council statement on ethical culture that I was somewhat involved in, it states, "Our ethical culture faith is inspired and animated by the deliberate and reasoned choice of attributing worth and dignity to all, imbued with a profound sense of interrelatedness. We recognize that we are both dependent and independent, each a unique end unto ourselves. We understand that if any one of us were different, life itself would be different. It is through this sense of ourselves as members of an organic whole that we reinforce the attribution of moral worth to every individual." It is in this way that I develop a sense of individual sacredness by natural means, by choice. It is a sense of the inviolability of each human personality. Each of us, every one of us, has the same rights and deserves the chance to develop to our full potential. Another result of religious thinking about the soul that I take issue with is when this concept causes people to overly focus on the hereafter rather than the here and now. Historically, many disadvantaged people have put up with oppression because they felt that the afterlife would be a better place. In our world today, we see such vile acts as suicide bombers who, in some part, are able to commit these terrible acts because they have been told they will be rewarded with eternal life in paradise. All objective evidence suggests that my consciousness is embodied permanently in my mind and my body. And I submit that yours is too. Rather than making our lives less, I think that this makes our lives even more. This makes our lives all the more precious, too precious to accept oppression or to take the lives of others. Well, as you can obviously see, my mind and my body did make it through the aftermath of my accident. I had a collapsed lung, bruised spleen, 7 broken ribs, 6 of them broken twice, a broken fibula at my ankle joint, 3 broken toes, and about a yard of road rash. I spent 9 days in the hospital, 6 weeks recovering at home, and another 3 weeks of extremely low energy. I have ongoing physical therapy still. I had a skin graft at the end of December that didn't work, and I'm wondering what to do and where to go from there. Yet, it's not so much the physical effects of the accident, but the mental ones. Toward the end of September, when I resumed my platelet donations at the Red Cross, I described my accident to a nurse who I knew from past donations was a motorcycle enthusiast. I told her that the effect of the accident was to reboot my gratitude button. Her reply was, "Why did you think you needed such a slap in the face as a wake-up call?" An interesting question. Why did I need such a wake-up call? Let me unpack this a little bit. I need to do that. One interpretation of her statement is that there's some force out there that determined that I needed to get whacked to renew my appreciation for life. I don't think so. First of all, I don't believe that there is anything out there that is concerned with me, that controls what happens to me. Second, I think that I was pretty appreciative to start with. Yet the feeling that I have now that I could have emerged from the accident so much worse heightened my gratitude, and it still does. But I paid a very high price for that. The outpouring of support from friends and neighbors is what sustained me through my troubles. and it uplifted me afterwards, and it still does today. Yes, so much of our life is about our relationships. It was the actions by others, the visits, the cards, bringing food, actions in the here and now that sustained me. I was sustained and lifted by my relationship with others. I reconnected with some people that I hadn't been close to in years, yet they were there for me. They stopped by. They visited me. And some of them have since faded back into the background of my life. But I was visited by acquaintances that I don't know well as well, yet their visits brought me strength. I found that our relationships persist, even when we don't realize it. There are relationships in the background of our lives, in our past, that are still there, still with us in some ways. And in times of crisis, they may rise to the front again and sustain us. I was surprised by this. This past December, while I was selling pottery at the Durham Farmers Market in North Carolina, several people who I had not seen since my accident came up to me and said that they were pleased to see me up and about again. Several of them said that I had been in their prayers. Being the subject of others' prayers used to be a problem for me. In my younger, more militant atheist days, I might have made a comment about the uselessness of prayer, but time and experience have mellowed me, somewhat anyway. While I still don't believe that prayers had any material effect on my recovery, I am now able to take a positive spin on being the subject of someone else's prayer. I believe that deliberative thought is generally a good thing. Prayer can be seen, in some respects, as a form of deliberative thought. Prayers may contain good wishes for someone else. These expressions of compassion and concern are also good things. So nowadays, my response to someone saying that they were concerned for me and included me in their prayers is likely to be something more along the lines of, I'm grateful for your concern. Thank you. I realize that my accident may be trivial compared to what many of you may have experienced. Yet it's the only material that I have to work with. And in the end, it has been a growth experience for me in many ways.